Good day mga Kabayan Techers, this is your The Kabayan Tech. Today is another episode. What we're going to do is flipping. So flipping is when you buy old phones, and I go to Marketplace or Kijiji to look out like possible phones that I could buy and flip it. Here I have an iPhone 11, 64 gigs. I got it from Facebook Marketplace. The back is pretty solid, pretty good, and the front part has that cracked screen. So we're just going to fix this one and flip it. So the things that you have to double check when it comes to buying broken phones and flipping it later on is to have it boot up onto the main screens. What I usually do is check the touch doesn't matter, but at least I will ask the seller if I could test the phone. First one to take a look is if it's still signed in with an Apple ID, and then connect it to Wi-Fi. I go to general and then I look on about, and then I see if it's carrier lock. Normally it will say that they have certain SIM restrictions. Next is to check the battery, and the battery they say it's out 85%, and I'm still good with this one. There are some people that will flip it and change the battery too. I also tested the volume. So when I go on to the volume part, I go on to sound and haptics, and then I tried that one already. So let's do the flip. So remove the Pentalobe screw. A lot of comments that I received from other videos before, how do I remove the screen itself without heating it? Sometimes I do heating, sometimes I don't, it depends. So what I use is I use first 0.1 mm screen disassembler. So I got this one from Mobile Centrics. I go on to that part. You know that the screen disassembler goes in already. If you try to shake it, it doesn't fall off, and then I shake it from left to right. When it comes to the XR and the 11, they have a lip. I cannot use this one to lift it up because this one is too thin. So once I made that clearance, I use a different screen spludger. It's a 0.2, and I put this one here. So once I insert this one, the 0.2, I put almost everything on it, and it will just have a few clearance. Then what I do is try to lift it again like this. Okay? I don't move the screen disassembler. I grab a pick, and then from the corner I insert it from here. Then once the pick goes in, so you might notice that the pick goes in already, then that's the time that I remove the screen. Again, you might say that, hey, replace your pick. Yeah, I will replace it. And that's the reason why it's snapping off, because the pick is not pointed enough. So but just be careful on this side. This is where all the cables are. So I do this one in an angle like this, okay, so that it doesn't hit the component inside, especially the Face ID in the middle. And once you hear those snap, you're all good. Always wear an ESD strap here. So you have the adhesives here. I'm replacing them. I don't reuse them. Next is to remove tri-wing screw here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3 for the battery. Remove the rest of the adhesives. Some will say this is an additional cost, but they are usually free with Mobile Centrics, and this goes a long way with creating relationship with your customers and doing it correctly. This one is an original screen that we took out, and this is the replacement screen. Okay, so we connect the screen to a JCV1S, then we do the read, and then I get the replacement screen, okay, and then we do right, then say yes. Then we remove the part of the Face ID module, which is the front receiver, and there you go. So lay it flat, do the right side first, and then the mic, okay, and then the middle portion will just snap in. Okay, now it's time to put back the screws. Again, if you messed up or tore the flex cables, there's no way of coming back. So I don't tighten it fully because I want to have all the screws seated first. Originally, I bought the phone for $250, and I'm planning to flip it. The screen itself, it's somewhat around 50 to 60 bucks. And then you could resell it around $450, depends on you. So now, let's put everything back. So I'm just going to take out this one. Okay, if it's not sticking, then use a black stick to guide your tape. Okay, and before I close it, I put back the battery and test out the screen. Okay, so let's test it out. No prompt came out. Oh, that's the time that it will come out. It will say that unable to verify the display for the information like this. But let's lock it again and then unlock it. It will say that is normal because you are using a third-party display. It won't affect the performance or the touch. It's just at how Apple locks their devices when it comes to repair. But the rest of the touch is okay. I didn't see any signs for the Face ID prompt here. Next is what you're going to do is just put all the cowling here. So next question would be, how do you explain to the customer about that prompt? I usually tell them ahead of time, letting them know that on starting the iOS 15, anything that was replaced through third party, regardless if it's an original screen or not, will have a prompt because it needs to be reprogrammed by Apple. Next question would be, can I just have it replaced through a third party and bring to Apple to have it reprogrammed? The answer for that is no. They will ask you to have a full screen replacement. So it's not really that bothersome for me, and some of my customers, they do understand. Next would be to put it back in. So how I snap it in, I do the top first, making sure that everything is lined up there, and then next would be the bottom one. And there you go. That's pretty much it. And that's how you flip a phone from a broken screen and resell it. That's it, mga kabayan techers. Thank you for watching. We're going to post a few more videos for the next few weeks. So again, thank you very much and have a good day.